Jai Sai Ram, Sri Sai Satcharitra, Chapter 7, Part 3, Leper Devotees Service. On hearing the news of Baba's hand being burnt from Shama, that is Madhavrao Deshpande, Mr. Nana Sahib Chandorkar, accompanied by the famous Dr. Paramanand of Bombay with his medical outfit consisting of ointments, lint and bandage, rushed to Shirdi and requested Baba to allow Dr. Paramanand to examine the arm and dress the wound caused by the burn. This was refused. Ever since the burn, the arm was dressed by the leper devotee Bagoji Shinde. His treatment consisted of massaging the burnt part with ghee and then placing a leaf over it and bandaging it tightly with patties, that is bandages. Mr. Nana Sahib Chandorkar solicited Baba many a time to unfasten the patties and get the wound examined and dressed and treated by Dr. Paramanand with the object that it may be speedily healed. Dr. Paramanand himself made similar requests, but Baba postponed, saying that Allah was his doctor and did not allow his arm to be examined. Dr. Paramanand's medicines were not exposed to the air of Shirdi as they remained intact, but he had the good fortune of getting darshana of Baba. Bagoji was allowed to treat the hand daily. After some days, the arm healed and all were happy. Still, we do not know whether any trace of pain was left or not. Every morning, Bagoji went through this process of loosening the patties, massaging the arm with ghee and tightly bandaging it again. This went on till Sai Baba's Samadhi. Sai Baba, a perfect Siddha as he was, did not really want this treatment, but out of love to his devotee, he allowed the Upasana service of Bagoji to go on uninterrupted all along. When Baba started for Lendi, Bagoji held an umbrella over him and accompanied him. Every morning when Baba sat near the post close to the Duni, Bagoji was present and started his service. Bagoji was a sinner in his past birth. He was suffering from leprosy. His fingers had shrunk. His body was full of pus and smelling badly. Though outwardly he seemed so unfortunate, he was really very lucky and happy, for he was the premier servant of Baba and got the benefit of his company. Master Kabarte's plague case. I shall now relate another instance of Baba's wonderful Leela. Mrs. Kabarde, the wife of Mr. Dada Sahib Kabarde of Amroti, was staying at Shirdi with her younger son, for some days. One day, the son got high fever, which further developed into bubonic plague. The mother was frightened and felt most uneasy. She thought of leaving the place for Amroti and went near Baba in the evening when he was coming near the Vada, that is Samadhi Mandir, in his evening rounds for asking his permission. She informed him in a trembling tone that her dear young son was down with plague. Baba spoke kindly and softly to her, saying that the sky is beset with clouds, but they will melt and pass off, and everything will be smooth and clear. So saying, he lifted up his kafni to the waist and showed to all present 4 fully developed buboes, as big as eggs, and added, "See how I have to suffer for my devotees. Their difficulties are mine." Seeing this unique and extraordinary deed of Baba, people were convinced as to how the saints suffer pains for their devotees. The mind of the saints is softer than wax. It is soft in and out as butter. They love their devotees without any idea of gain and regard them as their true relatives, going to Pandharpur and staying there. I shall now close this chapter after relating a story illustrating how Sai Baba loved his devotees and anticipated their wishes and movements. Mr. Nana Sahib Chandorkar, who was a great devotee of Baba, was Mamladar of Nandurbar in Kandesh. He got an order of transfer to Pandharpur. His devotion to Sai Baba bore fruit, as he got an order to go and stay at Pandharpur, which is regarded as the Bhu Vaikund, heaven on earth. Nana Sahib had to take immediate charge, so he left immediately for the place. without even writing or informing anybody at Shirdi. He wanted to give a surprise visit to Shirdi, his Pandarpur, see and salute his Vithoba, that is Baba, and then proceed. Nobody dreamt of Nana Sahib's departure for Shirdi, but Sai Baba knew all about this, as his eyes were everywhere. As soon as Nana Sahib approached Nimogan, a few miles from Shirdi, there was a stir in the masjid at Shirdi. Baba was sitting and talking with Mahalsabadi Appa Shinde Kashiram when he at once said, "Let us all do some bhajan. The doors of Pandari is open. Let us merrily sing." Then they began to sing in chorus, the burden of the song being, "I have to go to Pandarpur and I have to stay on there, for it is the house of my Lord." Baba sang and the devotees followed him. In a short time, Nana Sahib came there with his family, prostrated before Baba, and requested him to accompany them to Pandarpur and stay with them there. This solicitation was not necessary, as the devotees told Nana Sahib that Baba was already in the mood of going to Pandarpur and staying there. Hearing this, Nana Sahib was moved and fell at Baba's feet. Then, getting Baba's permission, Udi and blessings, Nana Sahib left for Pandarpur. There is no end to Baba's stories, but let me now make a halt here, reserving for the next chapter other topics such as importance of human life, Baba living on alms, Baija Bai's service, and other stories. Bow to Sri Sai, peace be to all. Jai Sai Ram.